Hey, what's up you guys, my name is Brooke and welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be a book tag, but this is not just going to be any book tag, this is going to be a book tag that I have created. I decided that I wanted to create a book tag that merged two of my favorite things of all time, books and concerts. They're two of my main hobbies, if not my only hobbies, and besides writing, and I love reading, I love going to concerts, so I came up with 10 questions that are concert themed that relate to books. It's been a while since I made my own tag, so I'm really excited to share this with you. So we're just gonna go ahead and get straight into it. Like has been the case with many of my tag videos since I've gotten to college, I will not have physical books with me. I'll put covers beside me, but I don't have the books with me because I just can't bring them all to college as much as I would love to. We're going to get started with the first question, which is tickets. The most recent book you either bought or checked out from the library. And since this is one of my more recent purchases, I actually have this book with me, and this is You May Now Kill the Bride by R.L. Stine. Obviously came from Target. This is a part of R.L. Stine's revival of his Fear Street series. They're like anthology books, so all of the books are set in the same town in Shadyside, and there's this really scary street with lots of paranormal, murderous things going on. It's called Fear Street. There's lots of things happening with that, but he's reviving that with this series, and I can't wait to get into it because I absolutely love Fear Street, and I'm really excited about my most recent purchase. Question 2, The Crowd, a bookish community that you love. It can be real life or in a book. So it could be like a fandom or a community within a book series that you just really love. And for this question, I picked one that is based inside of a book, and I picked all of the kids from Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I just really love the bond that these kids end up having. I'm not done with this series, but overall, I just really love the way that they interact with each other, how they care for each other, and all of the different personalities and attitudes that you get, and all the character development that you get throughout the books. And even though there's so many of them, I don't really feel like any of the characters are like flat characters. They're all pretty like three-dimensional, well developed characters, and I really appreciate that. So I love that community. Question 3, Singalong, a book that you quote every time you get the chance. I'm sure lots of people do this, but a book that I quote all the time is Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling. I will find some way to make some kind of reference, and if I ever say the word always, there's always that little smirk that follows it, you know, or like a little like tear, even though Snape is a lot. I just always find myself quoting it, so that is obviously why I picked that for this one. Question 4 is Sold Out, a book that you're really looking forward to but just haven't read yet. And the one I picked for this is Two Dark Reigns by Kendara Blake. I absolutely love the Three Dark Crowns series. It's so good. This is a little bit of a cheat because I've actually just started this book just a little bit. I really don't have a whole lot of time. I'm just really busy with schoolwork, so I haven't had a whole lot of time to read it, so I thought it would still fit. I'm really looking forward to this book to see where the series goes, but I just haven't had the time to read it yet. Question 5, The Band, a book or book series that you love that you wish everyone else could read. That way you could fangirl about it together. And for this, I picked the Burn for Burn trilogy by J.D. Han and Siof and Vivian. I have not mentioned this book series in a while on my channel, but I absolutely loved it. It's kind of hard to describe it because there's some things that I could say and describe it, but would spoil some things. So it's just a very dramatic, very intense story about some very unlikely friends and what kind of brings them together. I have a series review of that book that I will link down below so you can check that out and hopefully read this series because obviously it's the one I want you to read. If you have read it, let me know. We can fangirl about it together. Question 6, Encore, a book that you wish had a sequel or a book series that you wish just had one more book. And for this, I picked They All Fall Down by Roxanne St. Clair. This book was really good. It's a kind of like a murder mystery book, and the way it ends, it could very well end there, but it's open enough that it could turn into an entire series of books, and it just hasn't. And I've actually reached out to the author and like asked her like was she planning on writing more, but her publishers are not interested in publishing more of the series, and that really is disappointing because it's so good. She's definitely down for writing them, but her publishers are just not behind it, and that's just so unfortunate. You know what, if you read They All Fall Down and maybe we spike up enough interest, maybe they'll consider letting her write it if she's still up for it. But that is definitely a series that I wish would have more because it was just really amazing. Question 7, Opening Act, a book that you weren't expecting to love as much as you did. So for this, I picked Dorothy Must Die by Danielle Page. My mom got me this book just on a whim because because I enjoyed The Wizard of Oz, and that's what this story is based on. It's about a girl from a trailer park who's really looked down upon by her peers and is bullied. She ends up finding herself in Oz, much like Dorothy did, but Dorothy has turned into a tyrannical dictator in Oz, and it becomes Amy, the main character's mission, to murder Dorothy. So yeah, it's pretty heavy, and I just was not expecting it to be super good. I was kind of putting off reading it, but I was like, my mom was kind enough to think of me and buy me this book, so I was like, you know what, give it a try. It can't be that bad. If you really don't like it, you can stop. And then I started reading it, and it was so good, and I ordered the rest of the books that were out at the time as soon as I could, because it was just so good. I actually finished the third book in the series in like one night because I just could not stop reading. I stayed up till like 3 a.m. just to finish it. So good, and I would definitely recommend it to you, especially if you're fans of The Wizard of Oz. Question 8, merch table, one piece of bookish merch that you either own or want to own. My answer to this question could change daily. One thing I'm really obsessed with that I got that is book related are my tarot card set from Escaping from Houdini by Carrie Maniscalco. They were sent out to people that pre-ordered the 3rd installment in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, and they're just really well done. They feature characters from this 3rd installment, and they're just really beautiful, and I'm obsessed with them. So there we go, got the glare off. But yeah, they're just really amazing, and they're just really awesome to look at, and it's a really nice visuals to look at, especially after you've read the story. And the back, it's like this. And it's especially nice because tarot cards play a role in the plot of the story, so it's not just some random thing. The tarot cards play a role, so this is very nice. Question 9, concert friend, a book that you bonded with someone over. For this, I picked Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I read this book a couple of years ago, not too long after it came out, and I fell in love with it. I've yet to finish the series because I just haven't, but everything that I've read is just really good, and I got 3 of my friends to start reading it, and we just all talk about it together. One time I was on like a car ride for like an hour with my friends, and we were just writing, talking about plot, who our favorite characters were, who we would fan cast as different characters if it were a film or TV adaptation, what actors and actresses we would pick, and just our overall feelings about the book. And we just bonded a lot over that, and I'll never forget that. And yeah, just really bonded with some of my friends over Red Queen. And finally, question 10, tour announcement, a book that you cannot wait to be released. And for this, I picked an upcoming release, which is Spectacle by Jodie Lynn Zodrock. I probably pronounced that wrong, and I'm very sorry. This book is a YA murder mystery in which a young reporter must use her supernatural visions to help track down a killer that is targeting young women in Paris. And that just sounds amazing. It just sounds great. So yeah, I'm just really looking forward to that book. Alright you guys, and that was my original book tag, the concert book tag. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to be tagging people, and I will tag them down below so that way you can check that out, check it out, and see if you're tagged. I'm going to be tagging a lot of people because I really want to get this tag out there, because of course this is the first time anyone's done it because I just made it. So yeah, and even if you're not tagged and you see this and that's something that piques your interest, definitely do it, and be sure to send it to me. Comment down below if you do this tag. Comment down below with your video link or your channel, or just let me know that you did it so that way I can go and check it out, because I love seeing people's takes on my questions that I make for these tags, and I want to see your opinions, and I want to know what they are and hear your answers to these questions. And if you're not a person that has a booktube or blog channel or site, just leave your answers down below. I am just genuinely interested in what you have to say. So make sure you leave that down below for me, and let me know what you thought about this tag, if I should keep creating more tags. I think it's something that's really fun, and I think book tags in general are just really fun. That's about it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this new tag that I created, and until the next video, bye.